Hello everybody, SlimKirby here. Welcome back to more of the Sonic Heroes extra videos. Gonna get through 3 more levels of Team Dark. So gonna be doing Frog Forest, Lost Jungle, and Hang Castle. First up we have Frog Forest. For A ranks, 45,000 points for Mission 1. For Mission 2, 14 minutes. 14 minutes. You have 14 minutes to get the A rank in this level. And let me just say, you are going to need that time. I feel like this level has like the least amount of enemies in the entire game. When you like consider just Team Dark levels anyway. And the reason why I say this is I'm pretty sure there are less than 50 enemies in the level, which means you have to go through this entire level twice, like all the way through, and a little bit more of a third trip through. So yeah, this is gonna take a while, and you do need to be a little fast because you know, obviously, even though 14 minutes is a very generous time frame, I feel like some of the enemies are also kind of scattered around a bit too, so that's another thing you have to kind of consider. Also, sliding around with power characters, that's another thing you have to consider. But thankfully, we do have the fact that this is Team Dark, which means it is not score-based, so we can kind of use that to just, you know, dust ourselves off and get right back into the action. So it's not too bad to take it up. But yeah, very long level. Well, not very long level. Very long, like, mission, I guess you could say. You'll be spending a lot of time here. That's all I'm gonna tell you. You'll be spending lots and lots of time here at Frog Forest. Big would probably enjoy that, but I'm not sure how Team Dark would feel about this. Rouge might enjoy it. I feel like this would be, I mean, it's very bright out, so, you know, obviously for a nocturnal bat, it wouldn't be that great, but, like, you know, if it were to be nighttime, I think this would be a pretty fun area to kind of hang around in. Although, I don't know, there might be a lot of, like, illumination in this area at night, too, so maybe not. But hey, Rouge doesn't follow the typical bat norms, after all. So, why am I even talking about this? I have no idea. But yeah, also, definitely want to make good use of not only your Team Blast, but also be careful of, like, the gold turtles, which are here. Obviously, if you have to get rid of one of them with a shadow, you have to do the tornado flip thing. That's what that's called, right? The no, I don't know. I don't know anymore. Tornado flip, cyclone flip, something of that nature. The vortex. The vortex of strategy. It's all over if you fall. Well, tell that to Shadow, who probably fell more than any of you guys, and he is still here today. What a champ. What a champ indeed. Okay, so right here, this is definitely a place where you want to use Team Blast. Because not only will it hit all the enemies on the outside, oh wait, that's not an enemy, that's a frog. Never mind. Well, it'll hit all the enemies. There you go. But yeah, keep that in mind with the Team Dark Team Blast. Is if you're ever in a position where you like need to wait for like something to move forward with time, you can just cancel the Team Blast with the Z button, or cancel the time effect anyway, not the actual Team Blast. That would just suck if you're in the middle of doing a Team Blast, you press the button, like, oh nope, I'm not doing it. Never mind. Then you just lose all of it. You don't even get to capitalize on it. But yeah, this is actually a very short level, so this is another reason why having to go through here 3 times, the time requirement is still very generous. Because, yeah, you get through this level pretty quickly. This is actually where I think Team Rose and Team Chaotix ends their level. Let's see, like right there I used Shadow because I did have a fully level up speed character, so I was utilizing that to my advantage. And yeah, for this section, go for the gold robots, because the gold robots will just automatically destroy any of the other robots in the area, which is kind of nice. Also, yeah, I felt like grinding on those beanstalk rails, because why not? Seemed like a good use of our time anyway. Let's go. This is a bit too... Yeah, a little bit. I would be very sick right now if I were to do all this high-intensity platforming. I do think this was kind of a misplay. I probably didn't need to use my Team Blast right there, but I guess I was kind of thinking about, like, the time frame, and, like, thinking that, well, maybe I should use this just to stop time for a bit. I think that's kind of the logic I was using. Because, you know, we're about to hit the 50 enemy mark, and we're about to hit the end of the stage. And since we have, you know, obviously 14 minutes to work with, just felt like giving myself all the time in the world to make sure I got as many enemies as possible during my second run through. But yeah, there we go. And with that, let's go ahead and cut to the end. This is actually the very beginning of my third run through the level, and thankfully there were just enough enemies to finish this out. And with this, we had... Oh wow, we had like 2 whole minutes left too. So yeah, very generous mission. It just takes forever, that's all. So with that, we'll get emblem number 89. And let's move on to the Lost Jungle. Once again, 100 enemies. And not too much to say about this one. I think you will have to go through this level twice, or at least... When I say twice, I really mean once, and then, like, during your second run, you'll finish it. That's generally what I mean. So just trying to make that clear if I keep confusing people by saying that. But as far as points, we have 40,000 for Mission 1 for A rank, and once again, 14 minutes for the A rank for Mission 2. Although the only difference with this level compared to Frog Forest is I feel like you actually need that time limit for this one. Because this is a very long level. If you want to get all the enemies, you'll be kind of like circling around certain sections. So I feel like this is a little bit harder than Frog Forest, but you won't have to go around as much as you do in Frog Forest, if any of that makes sense. Also, lots of big guys in this. Lots of big guys to take down. Honestly, if you like go through this level and get a lot of kills on your first run, you could probably skip some of the big guys on your second time through. That's probably something you could utilize for a faster time. Since it does, I mean, you'll probably have a maxed out Omega at that point, but if you don't, you could probably skip them without losing too much, I feel like. Yeah, I see. I decided to level up Rouge first because even though there are big guys, really the only big guy we need to worry about are the 2 big guys that appear together, like before you take that one flower copter thing. I also tried to do this to see if I would actually get both of them. I don't think I got either of them. Oh no, I got that one. But that is the third flight level up, so I took that. And this at least gave me some time to wail on this guy before he came back to life, so that's something. Yay, take that. Then we go up here to this frog. Watch out for the deadly fruit. Kill that enemy. Kill this enemy. Or at least knock him down anyway. Then we kill that enemy. And then we do some flying. We gotta fly to the sky. Yummy, yummy cherry pie. I'm actually not too big of a fan of cherry pie. It's not bad, it's just horribly, horribly inoffensive. But, like, I wouldn't say it's great either. Give me apple pie any day. Apple pie is the fruit pie of kings. At least in terms of what I think. Other pie I like is I also like pumpkin pie and sweet potato pie. I also love key lime pie. Key lime is actually really good too, now that I think about it. Maybe I like key lime more than apple. I don't know for sure. Nah, still apple. And of course my mom makes a very good peanut butter pie, as I have every year for my birthday. But that's my commentary on pie, at least for right now. Let's get back to Sonic Heroes. Oh, man. I honestly can't wait to get to Team Rose and Team Chaotix, because Team Rose, their missions will go by very, very quickly. And Team Chaotix, I at least feel like, is interesting. Like, there's a lot of stuff going on for Team Chaotix, because some of their missions actually kind of get, like, a lot more interesting in terms of strategies you have to use. So with that, it does kind of make that a little more enjoyable. But Team Rose, like, you know, we've been knocking out, like, in a lot of cases, only 3 levels per video for Team Dark. I honestly feel like Team Rose will take only 2 videos. I just have a hunch that that's not going to take very much time at all. And it's just because, like, you know, a lot of, like even just, like, the A rank requirements for those levels. Hi, Sonic Heroes. How you doing today? I feel like, for, like, Team Rose, like, the highest, like, A rank requirement time for getting 200 rings is, like, 5 minutes. So we'll be, like, in levels, like, at a max of 5 minutes, pretty much. So that's like 6 levels right there. Given there are 14 levels, but we've already done 1, and some will be even shorter. So yeah, I'm honestly thinking that Team Rose will only be like 2 videos, which is pretty awesome to think about. Let's make it happen. But of course, we have not only the rest of this video, but we also have another video of Team Dark before we get to that. Flying Vegetation. Now that would be a band name right there. Yo, we're the Flying Vegetation. The Vegetation Aviators. What in the hell am I talking about? Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. How do you guys put up... How have you guys been able to put up with me for almost 15 years? I was seriously, like, thinking about this the other day. Like, this video is probably going to be up mid-May, late May, maybe early June. Which means there's less than 2 months before my 15-year anniversary. And I've been doing YouTube stuff for 15 years now. That's... I can't believe that. I just cannot believe it's been that long. But, you know, I've really enjoyed the ride. It's been an absolute honor. And I've had fun. Like, I've had just so much fun doing this. It's a legacy I can look back at and smile, and maybe cringe a little bit, but, like, you know, they're all good memories, so even if there is some cringing involved, at least it's, you know, only minor, and it would go away quickly. I also should have opted to stay back there and try to defeat those enemies completely, because those enemies did kind of not die, so they kind of stuck around there, unfortunately. But yeah, 15 years. July 4th, 2007. I remember staying up till like 4 a.m. in the morning. I had to get up early for like a 4th of July party with like my family. But I was so adamant about getting a video on YouTube for the very first time. The video, which is not even up on YouTube anymore, which is kind of a shame, but so I can't even show you what that video was, but it was a video I spent pretty much the entire night making. Finally got it up on YouTube at, like, again, like I said, 4 a.m. And then I went back to bed for, like, 2 hours, and then woke up and got ready to go to the party that I was talking about. And it's all that I could think of. Like, that's all I could think of about, like, when I was on the car ride to my family. I was thinking, oh my god, have people watched my video yet? Oh man, that's just the thing, though. That's the thing about stuff like that. You remember things like that. You always remember your first of something. I remember what my first video game was. I remember my very first day of high school. Firsts are just things that always stick with you. But yeah, we're about done. We're about done with the first run-through of Lost Jungle. And as you can see, we're at 8 minutes. So we're, you know, kind of running a bit behind. But since I kind of knew what to expect as far as the enemies were concerned, I was able to get through this next run-through pretty quickly. And as you can see, I still have like a minute left, and this guy was the last guy to destroy, so we just chaos controlled him and destroyed him, and there we go. Do I remember the first time I played Sonic Heroes, though? That's the question. Kind of. I kind of remember my first playthrough of Sonic Heroes. I remember starting with Team Sonic, and then after I did that, I think I actually tried Team Chaotix next, because I was like, who the hell are these guys? And I was curious to learn more about them. One thing I always remember about my first playthrough is I had someone that came over like that weekend that I got this game, and they were playing the game, and they actually played as Team Rose for some reason, and I remember thinking, like, wow, these levels are a lot shorter than what I remember them. And it's because the levels are shorter, so there you go. But as far as Hang Castle is concerned, A ranks, we have 65,000 for Mission 1, 11 minutes for Mission 2. So, you know, this won't be as long as the last two, but, you know, the times still reach into the tens, so they'll still be long, just not as long. But yeah, that's I do remember that aspect of my first Sonic Heroes playthroughs. I do remember not even playing half of Team Rose's story, because I had a friend come over, or yeah, I had a friend come over. I was trying to remember if it was a friend or relative, but it was definitely a friend. They came over and they ended up playing like half Team Rose. I think they got like all the way to like the Rail Canyon stages, pretty much. And then I was like, when I got to like pretty much that point with like all the other teams, and I'm like, well, hey, maybe if Team Rose is like so much easier, maybe I should just play as them for a while. And sure enough, I did beat Team Rose first, I'm pretty sure. And then I think I probably beat it with Team Sonic. Then I do remember beating Chaotix last, because I remember I was kind of hung up on, yeah, I was definitely hung up. I was hung up on, frickin', Mystic Mansion because of how brutal that stage can be. But, yeah, I think that's what my first Sonic Heroes playthrough was like. And, like, I did a thing where it's like I often alternated between the teams. Like, I was like, okay, I'm gonna just play with Team Sonic until I run out of lives. And then when I run out of lives, I was like, okay, well, let's move on to Dark. Except with Team Rose, where I was like, let me just beat the game as Team Rose. And then I kind of did what I was talking about, where I just kind of switched between teams. I think that's also how I beat Sonic Adventure 2 the first time as well. Where if I got stuck on a level, I'd just switch to the other team and make progress there, kind of go back and forth. Which, hey, it worked. It was a way to play that game. And I think I actually beat Team Dark before I beat the hero side story in Sonic Adventure 2. Although the Dark side story is shorter, technically, so it's not really saying too much. Once again, always go for the gold robots first, since they will act as the, I guess, the self-destruction switch for all the other enemies. And see, like, right here, you have to, like, wait, because this is a very long pole. You have to wait until it extends all the way up before you actually do the tornado on it.
I'll take it from here.
But yeah, this level I don't think is too bad. I want to say that you actually can get enough enemies before you reach the end, I think. And I think it's also a case where there are the searchlight enemies, so you can also use them to spawn a couple of other ones. So, just a couple of things you can utilize to your advantage as you're going through here. And don't fall off like I almost did right there, oh my god. Also, Shadow saying,
What? I'll take it from here.
Gotta love when Shadow says, Some of the reactions in this game are pretty silly, though. Not gonna lie.
Chaos control.
I'm gonna go ahead and use another Chaos Control.
Come on.
I'll take it from here.
Annihilate.
So I'm gonna go ahead and... You could also technically use Rouge to just thundershoot those 3 enemies. But I think you get like a much longer jump you have to make, so it's better to, you know, not do that. It's still possible. You can still make the flight all the way over there. It's just, it'll be pretty tight. One tight flight, you could say. That'd be like the name of like a SlimKirby Let's Play video. I'm making fun of myself in my own video. What's wrong with me? Let's just make fun of like how I make the lamest video titles. Although I feel like that's just the, like, you know, that's like the golden rule of Let's Plays. If you like name your video parts, you have to have like very silly, redundant, almost like face-palming video titles. And then also, whenever you're going through like an ice world in a video game, you have to make like an ice pun, like ice to see you or something like that. That's just the golden rules of Let's Plays. Like if you have every intention of doing Let's Plays on YouTube, like you get a handbook, and that's like rule 1. You have to make like very cringy video titles. And I'm saying that as someone who does this, so like, you know, I'm not even like making fun of people. I'm making fun of myself more than anything. It's just part of the job, you know, part of the, well, job if you consider it a job, hobby if you consider it a hobby, you know what I'm saying. It's literally rule 1.
I'll take it from here.
Okay, maybe we won't actually get through all the kills here, because I just kind of looked at the screen. I'm like, you know, we still have that. Well, for Team Dark, there's actually 2 different like automated sections. One where you're like, you know, running down the wall, and then the other one where you're just kind of falling. So we still have a bit to go. I decided to use Team Blast here just to kind of save some time. We do have like 5 minutes left, so we have more than enough time to do this. We have 5 minutes to KO 26 enemies, and there's enemies right here, so there you go. See, once again, I think I was just wasting too much time fighting the
I'll take it from here.
mooks when I should just focus the gold soldiers.
There's a target switch. Can you handle it?
See, then we have this section again with these really annoying targets.
Anytime now.
Like, I wouldn't say this is as annoying as the special stages or grind rails or anything, but just the fact that, like, sometimes I feel like I'm aiming right at it, and it just, like, I miss it somehow. I don't get how. It can be very, very annoying. And once again, I decided to use Chaos Control since we had the energy to do it.
I'll take it from here.
And then I decided to try to get this, and thankfully I got it before I
Hurrah.
needed it, which is nice. Here, I think I just forgot that. I was like, oh, right.
I'll take it from here.
Right, time to stop. But hey, it gave me some time to kind of, like, recollect myself and kind of get moving, I guess. So it's not too bad.
Annihilate.
So yeah, we only have to destroy, like, I mean, even less now, because there's some enemies right here.
Annihilate. Fire.
Yeah, like 16 enemies in the first part of the level, which should be more than doable. Just need to really just survive this next section. And like, I don't think there are any enemies here.
Jump.
Also, I love whenever you jump through these as Omega, by the way.
Let's jump.
Just the way he like flails his arms like that.
Activation ready.
He's like, is this how you do the do-si-do? Again, Omega is just the greatest. No one can argue against that.
In the middle detected.
There's someone there. Look out.
There's someone there. When there's really just like a couple of different pumpkin ghosts, so it's more than just one someone.
Danger.
I hate that part right there.
Here.
That part is really obnoxious because you get like so much extra momentum and you could easily die there. But yeah, there we go. That's pretty much my first run through of that level. Gonna go ahead and just get one last KO right here, and there we go. We got it, and this should be an A rank too. But I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here. I'll see you guys next time for the ending of the Team Dark levels. So yeah, I'll see you guys then.
E-Series robot.
Later, folks.